Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
That this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Jump, 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 jump. And 10 at the 25-yard line. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, twist, twist. Check 31, check 31. Out, 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 out. Check 3.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Prescott. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second down. Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here we go. Here we go, 46, 46.
Third and long for Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully mentally into this one.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down, Love. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Collectively, great defense. It takes all 11, especially down here toward the goal line.
The call comes in, and the call essentially says all 11 have to make a play here. You have to show toughness. We just saw it there.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A 24-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Ravens strike first at 3-0. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? It helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
Here we go. Here we go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
You got tight right there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Panthers' 36-yard line.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens 3, Panthers 0.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Love. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, here's Love. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys are playing the inside.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
For the field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Hey, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Gates with a grab. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Kill. Mike 10.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now Sanders. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0. But the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say. But it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Showed up. Hey, Mike 51.
Myers to throw on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now, it's Love. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
He wasn't ready.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Myers to throw on second down. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 13 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go. At their own 31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're sort of anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Prescott down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 33 yards that time.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Prescott now from the 50. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Safety screaming. Check. Fresno.
Here's Prescott. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start the drive with Love here. Space to maneuver at the 40. into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Bryce Love, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, it's Taylor. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself out.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Time to end it. Let him know.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, with that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Love. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Shift! Watch the shift! He's checking up!
Staying on the ground, it's Love. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Bryce Love, his second touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to this offense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Prescott. And he's going to have to hook up to Sutton. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Prescott to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Myers now looking to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones able to get him for a loss of about 3. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Ravens 28, Panthers nothing.
Let's go now. 15 on it. 15 on it. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, watch edge. Watch edge. Joker.
On third down, here's Love. They find some open field here. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
makes the score.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Go, get out there. Mike 10.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now Myers throwing to start the drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Kill.
At the 39-yard line.
27. 26.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Throwing, Prescott. He completes this to Sutton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 11 yards and a Panther first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Prescott. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown Panthers. In for the score. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score, Ravens 35, Panthers 7.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hey, what we got? Hey,
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. 2nd and 2. That is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready, ready. Mike 51. Too little, come on. Check 26, check 26.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Mike 10, Mike 10.
Here's Prescott. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
We got this.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
A pass there complete to Sutton. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a give, right side. Taylor. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different.
And now here's another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
At the 50-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, plus 3.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Hold the look, hold the look, hold. 51's the mic.
To throw is Myers from the gun on 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Gun. 3, alert 3.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again.